Assalamu alaikum. I'm Hira Wahid with the weekly review. Indian troops in the fresh act of state terrorism martyred two Kashmiri youth in the Poonch district. The troops killed the youth during a cordon and search operation in the Khadi Karmara area of the district. After 54 days of uncertainty, life in the Budhal Rajori is finally returning to normal following a mysterious illness that claimed 17 lives. The locals demand urgent answers regarding the exact cause of the death so that proper safety measures can be put in place. Indian Army is grappling with a troubling surge in the suicide cases, highlighting the systematic failures within the armed forces. The rising number of the suicide incidents among the Indian military personnel signals deep-rooted issues including the poor morale, substandard provisions, mistreatment by the superiors, corruption, and the lack of professionalism. Socio-political activists in Jammu have strongly criticized the BJP-led Joint Parliamentary Committee for rejecting all the 44 amendments proposed by the opposition members of the parliament to the Waqf Amendment Bill. They described the move as a war against the Indian Muslims and said that the JPC is adopting an undemocratic and dictatorial approach. Over 150 eminent writers, filmmakers, and activists, including Amitabh Ghosh, Nasiruddin Shah, and Rajmohan Gandhi, have demanded the release of the student activist Umar Khalid and other anti Citizenship Amendment Act activists. Umar Khalid has been in prison since his arrest in 2020. The filmmakers and the activists in a joint statement said Umar Khalid and many others like him are in prison charged under Draconian the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act without bail and without the trial for years. Indian troops in the continued acts of state terrorism martyred 11 Kashmiris including 6 teenagers during the last month of January in occupied Kashmir. 8 of the victims, including an elderly couple, died due to water contamination caused by the Indian Army in the Budhal village of Rajouri, a grim reminder of the brutal tactics employed by the occupation forces to suppress the Kashmiris. Several landmine blasts have occurred at two separate places near the line of control in the Poonch district. The explosions occurred when a fire broke out in the Dhari Dabsi forest in Mender and Sonagali in Mankot sectors of the district. Indian police have detained 3 persons under the draconian the Public Safety Act in the Kathua district. One of the detainees has been identified as Muhammad Rafiq, a resident of the Ghar Malti in Kathua. Prominent legal experts have reaffirmed that occupied Kashmir remains an internationally recognized dispute under binding United Nations resolutions. Citing UN Security Council resolutions, legal analysts rejected the recent statements of the Indian leaders on the Kashmir and emphasized that Jammu and Kashmir is not India's internal matter but a globally acknowledged dispute. Unidentified armed men opened fire on a retired Indian army man, his wife, and their daughter in the Kulgam district. A police officer said that 3 victims were rushed to a hospital for treatment. Following the attack, Indian forces cordoned off the area to track down the attackers. Justice retired Rishikesh Roy has said that there have been several instances where the government in power used legal machinery to target opposition leaders. Rishikesh Roy, who retired from the Supreme Court on January 31st, in a media interview acknowledged the increasing incidences where the government in power has used legal mechanism to target the political adversaries. Indian forces personnel during massive crackdown operations have arrested over 500 youth in the Kulgam and other areas of the Kashmir Valley. The operation was jointly launched by the Indian Forces personnel associated with the Rashtriya Rifles, Central Reserve Police Force, and the Special Operations Group. Residents of the Safa Kadal in Srinagar staged a strong protest against the installation of the smart meters, condemning the move as an exploitative tool by India to economically burden the Kashmiris. Protesters from the Dana Mazar, Al Noor colony, and the nearby areas took to the streets, stating that authorities are selectively targeting their locality for the project. National Investigation Agency has opposed the interim bail plea of the jailed MP from occupied Kashmir, Engineer Rashid, in the Delhi High Court, stating that his request to attend the Indian Parliament was an attempt to misuse the legal provisions. During the hearing, the NIA argued that interim bail should only be granted in cases of intolerable grief and suffering. On the Kashmir Solidarity Day, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of the Staff Committee, the Service Chiefs, and the Pakistan Armed Forces reaffirmed their unwavering support for the resilient people of occupied Kashmir in their just struggle for self-determination. In a press release issued by the Inter-Services Public Relations said, "We pay tribute to the indomitable spirit of the Kashmiri people who have endured decades of oppression, state-sponsored brutality, and egregious human rights violations. Their unwavering resolve in the face of tyranny remains a beacon of courage and inspiration for the entire nation." Posters bearing "Thank You Pakistan" slogans and the Pakistan flag appeared in Srinagar and other parts of the occupied Kashmir on the Kashmir Solidarity Day. The people and the government of Pakistan were praised for showing solidarity with the Kashmiris. The posters read, "Thank you Pakistan for effectively raising the Kashmir issue at all the global platforms." Members of the Pakistani and the Kashmiri diaspora voiced solidarity with the people of occupied Kashmir in their struggle for self-determination. Embassy of Pakistan in France organized a special event to mark the Kashmir Solidarity Day. The event was attended by the members of the Pakistani diaspora, overseas Kashmiris, and journalists. Indian troops in the brazen acts of state terrorism martyred two Kashmiri youth in occupied Kashmir. The youth, in one incident, a driver was killed after the Indian troops fired on his truck, which the victim was driving during a violent cordon and search operation in Sangrama Chowk of the Baramulla district. All parties, Hurriyat Conference and other Hurriyat leaders have hailed the address of the Pakistan Army Chief General Asim Munir, in which he honored the sacrifices of the martyrs of the Kashmir cause. General Asim Munir, addressing a gathering in the Muzaffarabad on the occasion of Kashmir Solidarity Day, reiterated that the relationship between Kashmir and Pakistan is unbreakable, stressing that Kashmir will become Pakistan. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is facing questions over the actual nature of the India-US relations following the deportation of the illegal Indian immigrants from the United States who were handcuffed and chained while being transported in the US military aircraft. Deported Indians, mostly Hindus from the Indian states of Gujarat and Haryana, were directed to land in Amritsar, the capital of the Indian Punjab, with overwhelming Sikh population. Critics view it as a conspiracy by the Modi government to portray that the deported Indians were Sikhs. Thousands of protesters set fire to the home of the Bangladesh founding leader Sheikh Mujibur Rahman in Dhaka. Witnesses said several thousand protesters, some armed with the sticks, hammers and other tools, gathered around the house, while others brought a crane and excavator to demolish the building. The rally was organized against Mujib's daughter, ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's scheduled online address on Wednesday. Rallies and public gatherings were held across Azad Kashmir to express solidarity with the people of occupied Kashmir. A rally titled Shukriya Pakistan, Thank You Pakistan was held in Mirpur to mark the Kashmir Solidarity Day. The event was organized under the joint banner of the Jammu Kashmir Peer Panjal Freedom Movement, Mujahideen Ittihad Forum, and Jamaat-e-Islami Youth Azad Kashmir. This was all from the Weekly Review. Allah Hafiz.